This is Irontrader and TGIF. Wow, another really good day, week of trading here. Scalping the nat gas both ways, the crude oil both ways, technology. Just a really, really good week. So, Friday, as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only. Not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil daily, weekly chart. Now, before we get started, OPEC had their meeting yesterday, and basically it was a whole lot of nothing. They're going to leave the cuts at 2.2 million barrels per day. There's not going to be any change there. And then at the next meeting, they'll discuss it. But their compliance is really good. So it looks like they're going to carry through on that. So that should be good. Now, again, rig count will be out here today at 1 p.m. All right. What do we have here? Let's look at the daily chart. Okay. Well, we had a really nice run up. Okay. Went right up into this 21 SMA, sitting at now at 79.08. So right above that here, we have that 79.21 that also held your resistance level here, and then she sold right off. Now, what we had on this candle here, we look at it, we had 78.14. And here we had 78.11. So basically you had a double top situation here, and then we had a lower low. So you had a big ass red candle. Now, yesterday, what do we have? It came up and ran and got halfway through. That's usually what it'll do, halfway through. But if it can't hold that 8 SMA, then she's going to lower, and that's exactly what it did. Now, what it did is it went through that 21 day, but you notice that it held this key 50 SMA here, sitting at 73.59. That's very, very good. Now, today so far, we have what they call an indecision candle. Okay, it's a higher high, but right now you're stuck between three levels here. Okay, so on the upside, you have your 21 SMA, which is sitting at 74.14, and then on the downside, we have this 73.59, and we have this 8 SMA here at 73.66. So everything is very, very tight. Now, you really need to close above for the week at that 73.66. Okay, so this is the last day of it. So if you can close above, that still would be a very bullish sign here. Okay, so we got to see how this all shakes out. It's very, very early yet. You look at your RSI here. Well, I could go either way. This was bullish, and now you can see where it's rolling over here. Okay, so that's what we have to look at. So let's just look at the downside here first. So what we want to look at here is, first of all, we want to look at this 8 SMA. You need to hold that 73.66 by the end of the day on a closing basis. We need to hold this 73.59. That is your 50 SMA. Okay. If that is lost, okay, then what we do is we just have to follow the candles all the way on down. You have 74.63 on this candle. We have 72.56. We have 72.10. And then we'll roll down here to 71.23. And then your double bottom is that 70.50. Okay, there's your 70.47. There's your 70.50. That was your double bottom. That would be in play. So now what we have here is we have that 70.13, which is coming down to this level right here. Okay, so here's the thing what we have. If you can hold these key S8 SMAs here, along with this 8 SMA here, then we're good here to have a nice, good run up. Now, let's just take a look at the upside. So what you need to do is it has to get and close above this 74.14. That is going to be very, very key. And then we'll look at today's high so far. You have 74.52, okay? If you can get above that, then we just follow the candles. You have a 75.16, we have 75.52, and then 76.15. That is going to be where it's going to be very, very crucial. But again, if you could do that and trade up to there, that'd be a really nice scalp. Now, again, if you can get above that, we'll come up to this candle. You're looking at 76.95 here. And then realistically, here's the next target is going to be 77.38. And then we have 77.51, which is your 200 SMA here. So we got to see how this is all going to basically shake out. If you can get above that 200 SMA, then we'll come to this top of this candle. You're looking at 78.14, 78.26, and then your big retest up here is 79.29. Before you get there, though, you got your 21-day at 79.08, and we have this 8 SMA or 100 SMA at 79.21 here. So there's a lot of resistance here. Okay, so the key today is what we're going to be looking for is a close above this 74.13. That will take us higher. Your target basically is going to be your 8 SMA at 76.14. Now, if we close below this key 73.65 and this key 50 SMA at 73.59, well, then we're going to ratchet down to these. This level is going to be next text. Okay, that's going to be that 72.56. Okay, and then you can go down, 72.10, 71.23, and then we have your 70.50. That's going to be very, very crucial level. Okay, so that's what we need to do here. But the key is going to be these SMAs here today. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. Now, again, this is Friday, so I'm not really expecting a whole lot. But then we have the rig count. The rig count doesn't really move it, the crude oil market really that much. But we got to see exactly how it's all going to shake out here today. So let's take a look here at the old natural gas. All right, here we have natural gas. We have an hourly chart and we have a 4-hour chart. Now, you can see where the price channels here are basically coming down, you get a little squeeze. So your bottom of your channel is going to be 2.03 and the top is going to be 2.12. So that is going to be your trading. But you can see here, this is just absolute sideways action here, okay? Just sideways action. So we put in a low in here, and then we have a retest. Basically, have 2.04, and now we're trying to stay, above these key SMAs here. So right now you're above your 8 SMA, which is good. Okay, so you're above that 206. We're above that 21-day. That's all good. So the next target here on the upside we're going to be looking for is going to be 2.09, and then we have 2.097, and then we have 2.12. That is going to be the targets on the upside. The downside is you really need to hold these key levels here, this 2.06. If that's lost, then we can come over to the candle here. You're looking at 2.03. That is going to be, so you got a really tight range going on here. Now, you can see here where I've been pointing out this candle. This is that 2.16. There's your gap, okay? So that is going to be, that is what we're looking for. But, you got as high as 2.168 right in this area here. The problem is it just couldn't hold it and then sold right on off again. Right now, there just is no kind of a demand for this right now for the natural gas. But realistically, you need to get at least close above that 212. Then you got a shot here at this 2.16 here. So today, what I'll be doing, I'll be looking for some scalps here on the UNG, and I'll be looking for some scalps on KOLD. But on being on a Friday and everything, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot with the old natty gas. So let's take a look here on your 4-hour chart. Well, you can see here, it's just basically just sideways action. And there's your big price channel is going to be that 2.168 and then 2.03 here. So you really need to get above that and see, there's your big breakout. If you can get close above that, then we have a nice retest up here at that 2.42. See, there's your gap and there's your fill. But right now we just have sideways action. There just isn't anything. The weather has been really warm, like where I am. The weather, they're looking at being like in the 50s or something like that. That's very unusual for us at this time of the year here. So we got to see how this all going to shake out. But then now remember, if we have a hot summer, then natural gas will rip because remember, that's where you have the most demand. It's all the power plants, building up for all the air conditioners and everything like on that order here. So a lot of people think it's in the winter, but actually it is in the summer is when you get the most demand. So if you do get a really hot summer, natural gas could rip much higher. But let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly. All right, here we have your daily, here we have your weekly. Now you can see here on your daily that basically, you just have some sideways action here. Last 5 days here, not really good anything. So if this rallies up here, what we're looking for, bottom line, is the top of that candle. That's that 2.16. If we can get above it, then we can follow these candles. So you're looking at 2.23, we're looking at 2.27, and then 2.29. And now you see where this 8 SMA here is rolling out. Now this is going to provide very, very strong resistant levels here on the way down. Because you can see here, see how you ran right on up in here, you ran right up in there. And even though you had a big rocketed higher, it still closed below. This here was that contract roll, so you couldn't really take that into consideration here. But this is going to be very, very key level. And as this keeps coming down, it's going to keep that price until you can close right back above it. But again, if you can get above that, then the next level is going to be the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 2.31, 2.32, and then we just come over here, okay, 2.38, and then you have basically 2.42, which is, this is your gap fill right there, okay, 2.42. So there's your gap and there's your fill, but there's a lot of resistance, especially this 8 SMA here in between. Now your RSI here, well, you know, there was a divergence here, but with that contract roll, it doesn't give you a true picture of what it is, as you know, you had a low here, a really low, even a lower low, and then a higher low. But it doesn't give you a good, like I showed you there on the old crude there a couple of days back. Now your MACD, that is completely bearish. So there just isn't really a whole lot here. See, I'm going to take a big time long. So what you have to do is watch these price channels. So you're at that 2.23, you really need to reclaim this. Now, again, if this candle is lost, that price channel is lost at that 2.03 here, then the next level is going to be that 2.99, and then right here, 1.94. Okay, so that's it. Now, if you look at a monthly chart there, if this is lost, you can come all the way down to 1.44. So it would take natural gas right down to the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be very, very difficult here. But again, you know, who knows exactly what has happened. So for today, what we want to do is just watch yesterday's high and the low and the closing. So you had a high of 2.168. You had a low of 2.03, and you had a closing of 2.49. So that's basically what we want to watch today. If you can get above all that here, then we can know exactly where we're going to have, you know, your targets. But your big target that you're going to want to look for here is going to be this 8 SMA. Again, on the downside, you want to watch that close at 2.03. If that's lost, you're going to come down to 1.99 and 1.94 here. So not really a whole lot going on right there. So we got to see how it's all going to shake out here today. So that's what I got for you on the crude and the natural gas. I'll be back today after the pit close, and we'll go into a little more detail. We'll see how it all shakes out today. All right. Thanks for watching.